Everyone, and welcome to our very first video on this new channel, Top Notch Drones. So today I'm going to be reviewing my first drone, the DX-4 Sharper Image Quadcopter. This is a really nice drone for beginners, and it's a pretty good budget drone. You can get it for around $100 or anywhere around that price, which is the perfect price, in my opinion, for a decent beginner drone. For somebody who wants to see if they're into drones and learn to fly while still getting a pretty good quality drone. So I'm going to go through the pros and the cons of this drone. So the pros are that it's all about like easy safety. So it comes with these prop guards on, so you don't have to install them, and it can't break the propellers and it crash all the time, because instead of hitting the propellers, it'll hit the prop guards, which will save you from a lot of crashes. And then if you do somehow crash, like if you get some scratches like I've already got when I first crashed this, because I was not that good at flying, but these propellers have not broken yet, and even if you do break them, they come with 4 replacement propellers, so you can fully replace all 4 if you break all 4, which is really nice. It comes with these white and red LEDs, so you can easily see what's the front and what's the back, and so that actually makes it really easy on this controller. So whenever it goes forward, it'll tilt, it will go forward, depending on what, like it'll go forward and you'll see your white LEDs, and that's how you know you're going forward. And if you go back, if you go down on the right analog stick, that'll bring you back. I'll go more in depth onto the controls later. But the LEDs make it really easy to know which way you're going and get your direction. It also has it on the top and the bottom from whatever angle you're viewing it from. This is a pretty easy drone to fly, in my opinion. It has 3 different speeds, which is a really good quality. You can increase the speed as you become more advanced and start off with a nice slow speed when you're a beginner. It has pretty decent altitude hold. It has direction trimming, so you can, if it's drifting a little bit, you can bring it back a little bit. It's got auto land and auto takeoff, which I really like. It's really simple to take off and land if you're a beginner and you don't feel comfortable landing or taking off yet. Also, it can do really fun flips and stuff if you're into like doing some stunts, which is pretty nice. It's got a pretty good range at around 100 feet in the air and about a 400 feet range in total, which is all you need really. For me, I get some pretty nice shots. You can pretty much get over the tree line, which is really nice. And the camera is, I think, really nice for a beginner drone. It's HD, it's FPV, you can point it down, or you can have it pointing straight. It's pretty good quality, and it can stream to your phone, so you can easily see what your drone is seeing. FPV is first-person view, so the camera goes wherever your drone goes. So if your drone's like this, the camera will go that way. It goes onto your phone storage, which is really easy. You don't have to use any SD cards or anything. It's really easy. This is pretty easy to charge. I've got the charger right here, and it's a nice USB charger. It's really easy. I have it plugged into this Apple power brick. You just plug it right back in, and there's an LED that'll go on whenever it's charging, and the LED will turn off whenever it's fully charged. The only thing I don't like about the charging is that it takes about an hour and a half, so it takes a long time to charge. But once again, it's a beginner drone, so this is what you're going to get with a lot of beginner drones. Now I'm going to go into the cons. One of the first cons, I'll go back to the camera, is that in wind, and sometimes just randomly, it'll have a problem where it'll have like black lines that'll go through your shot, and it'll just mess up the entire shot. Also with wind, this is very unstable. I highly recommend that you do not fly this during wind. It'll go all over the place, even with your direction trimming and high speed. It still makes it really difficult to fly, and it just really messes up your shot, and I just don't recommend it. Another one of the cons would probably be the drone's battery life. After taking my most recent flight, at the end of the flight, when I was running out of battery, the drone just immediately shut off. There was no warning, there was no landing, it just immediately cut out and died. So that can be really risky if you're at a really high altitude and you don't want to like crash your drone, because then the wind could take it and it could crash, or it could take a really big fall, and that can be really risky. So always know your battery life. The battery life, I usually get around 8 minutes, so it's pretty decent for a beginner drone. And another one of the cons is that the battery is, it's screwed in here, so you'd have to get a screwdriver and take it out, and so that's a little bit more difficult than just easily replacing a battery. Now I'll fly it and I'll show you a point of view from the camera and from my point of view flying it. This drone is really easy to turn off and on. In order to turn this on and off, there's a switch right here, which is on the bottom of the drone, so if I flip it over, it's right there. And whenever I switch it from off to on, you'll see the LEDs start flashing, and that's how you know it's on. And when it's off, the LEDs won't be on. Alright, so we're about to take off right now. I'm just connecting this. Alright, so I'm connecting to the Wi-Fi right here. We're connecting to the Wi-Fi 360 flight. It has its own Wi-Fi. Now here's my live footage. If I want to take a photo, I click on that camera right there. This will flip the camera. Sometimes it's upside down. That'll flip it. This is to take a video, and this is to look at your previous videos. So without further ado, let's start the flight. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use auto takeoff. So first I'm going to sync it by pushing up and down. And I'll hear a beep, and I'll hit auto takeoff. Now this is a clean takeoff. I can start flying. So it's a little bit windy, so it's a little bit unstable, but that's okay.
So the wind is really strong right now, but I just turned it on to medium mode.
We're getting some pretty good height. As you can see, it's streaming right to my phone.
Oh shoot!
Bring down. And now it went a little bit out of control. So he's using auto land. He clicked the auto land button, and it's drifting a little bit because of the wind, but he can pull it back a little bit, and now it will safely land. Which is really good in these windy conditions, because I usually panic whenever it falls, and that's good as a first drone, because it's my first drone. So see, as you can see, it came down safely.
So that was the auto land.
The auto land is pretty nice. Sometimes it'll drift, but you just have to change your direction a little bit and it'll straighten up.
Yep.
Alright, now my friend is going to show you the 3 different speed modes, and he's going to do it at a decent altitude so we don't lose it, and you can see how fast this can really go.
Alright, so this is a low speed. As you can see, it's good for video taking, but in this wind, it's really hard to push up and a little hard to control because of this wind. So in this wind conditions, I would probably move it up to medium so that you can push back a little more in the wind, and it's a little faster, but not as good video recording. Also, if you want to do races and stuff with this drone, which is pretty fun, I'd move it up to high, and now it can go really fast.
Here, bring it back to us. See, as you can see, it comes back really fast.
And it's really, feels really good, even in the wind, because of the speed it's in.
And it's really good as you get more advanced with the drone and get more comfortable with it. Here, do a stunt.
And last but not least, there is stunt mode, which you hit this button, and it will do a flip.
But first you have to move it in the certain direction that you want it to flip. Here, do another one.
Okay, I'll bring it a little closer. The wind is really powerful.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Stunt.
That's a flip mode, and as you can see, the wind pushed us really far that way.
Yeah, this is one of the cons, as you can see right now.
See, this is me not doing anything, and that's all wind.
Yeah. The direction trimming helps a little bit, but it's still really unstable in wind.
So I'll do one more flip, and we're gonna take it in and land it.
you just hit auto land, that button right there.
And you know it's auto landing when it's beeping.
And then you turn off auto
By
land.
hitting it again.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Oh, and just a quick controls. It was hard to do in the wind, but basically, turn off the controller so it doesn't control. Up, right here, is to push up the elevation. Down is to go down with the elevation. Left will turn your nose to the left. Right will turn your nose to the right.
And this is how you tilt it and move it. So this, you will go right, and this you'll go left, and this you'll go forward and backwards, wherever the nose or the front of the drone is facing.
Yep, so that's the direction you'll go. Then this is your direction trimming buttons.
Yep.
This is where your speed goes, and this auto orientation helps with altitude hold.
And these are the 3 modes: low,
Already said that.
medium, and high. And then this is the stump button.
Yep, right in the middle.
Yep. All right.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This is some footage that I got earlier in the morning when it wasn't windy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this footage. And if you guys are interested in buying this drone, make sure to go into the description and I'll leave a link there where you guys can purchase it.